Recently, I watched an anime called Futupi, or Taipei. It's a sequel to the 2008 Kamen Rider series, although it was although this anime is an adaptation of the manga of the same name, which serves as a pseudo sequel to the TV series. If you don't know anything about Kamen Rider is essentially about a vigilante whose main gimmick is transformation, very reminiscent to Power Rangers, and its genre namesake, Tokusatsu, means special effects. With it essentially the individual transformed into different characters and beings and fights monsters of the week, essentially. And so this series sort of follows that format, with Kamen Rider Double's main gimmick being that of a detective drama series with two individuals that transform as to become one Kamen Rider, in which this anime follows with that idea with Philip and Shotaro. It's overall a really great show and series to follow, with its anime itself, with the original series itself, but also the anime. I watched Kamen Rider Double a long time ago, and it was with its summer movie, its crossover with Kamen Rider Decade, which is my personal favorite Kamen Rider, and the episodes that are available online. The notes that I have here is essentially that the whole plot centers around these Gaia memories that allow the titular characters as to transform to different beings, with Philip and Shotaro turning into Kamen Rider Double and fighting against other people who abuse their Gaia memories. So with it all, I think the plot handles it very well, and it's very interesting in how it approaches it, especially in the capacity that Kamen Rider Double does it, as essentially the beings that essentially created the Gaia memories are still going around giving them out like candy, and essentially those people who transform into these monsters essentially wreak havoc on the townsfolk, in which Shotaro, the titular detective, essentially does his job in trying to uncover these mysteries that these individuals with these Gaia memories abuse their power. But then there's the character that comes in the mix, who essentially, with Futupi's plot, it centers around discovering who this girl is that is introduced, and who also sort of falls in love with Shotaro. And by the end of the series, it's essentially discovered that she's actually from a different world, another universe where these creatures comes from, as a result of the Gaia memories. In regards to Futupi, the aspect that I love the most from the series is all the episodic episodes that go about. There's episodes centering on essentially an evil alcoholic monster woman who wants to keep her wealth to herself, and no one better than her could protect her one and only grandson. And then there's also the whole thing with usually the other world plot that comes about that essentially is introduced early in the anime from its first episode. And then there is the episode where essentially they're every single episode it's a story in of itself. By the end of the show, you come to know and love the girl that is introduced to the cast, as she becomes one with the crew that you come to know and love from Double, in where it ends essentially teasing Shotaro's conversation with her, in where this conversation eventually leads into the Skull Rider movie, which released last year, essentially following the Skull Rider from the original Kamen Rider Double and Double film, and essentially giving the backstory to everything that led up to Kamen Rider Double and everything. I had a fantastic time, and I watched it no subs, and like it was 100% worth the time, and I wish that the film got a localization because of how fantastic of a film it is, from the characters to the action to essentially the dichotomy that goes on, and like I have made a video on Kimba the White Lion to the recent Tyler the Creator song that went completely viral, and when I was making that project, it was essentially between Futopi and Kimba. I don't know why, but that type of narrative kind of like sticks to me, and bringing up something that my favorite anime, Just Evangelion, is a plot point that sticks to me and that I really enjoy in my media. And I can't believe that I feel like every single project or whatever that I do, I bring it up, but yeah. Overall, I enjoy Futobi for what it is. I enjoyed Kamen Rider Double and the Skull Rider movie, and everything that the series itself, Futobi, attempts to do with Kamen Rider Double, with its, and it being I'm assuming a good adaptation of the manga itself. I hope that there's a new season of this anime, and that it even gets the opportunity to get a English not English localization, but a be brought forth on Blu-ray. Following the other releases by the likes of Media Blasters and Discotheque and Shout Factory with their releases, I would love if Crunchyroll put in the effort to even dub the series in English and get this on Blu-ray. Although those are all my thoughts, and I hope you enjoyed this sort of video. Just putting this out there. If you really enjoyed it and you reached all the way to the end, I greatly appreciate it. That if you would be willing to like and subscribe, share this with those who you think may enjoy it, and go subscribe to my Patreon if you want to see more projects like this in the future. Go check out my podcast, Anime Headlines, and if I would greatly appreciate it if you want to buy anime or whatever. Go to my link tree and use my links. I get a kickback from anything or whatever from there. Also have a Substack and a Blue Sky. Yeah. New year, new Osoweeb, and reminder: keep studying, read manga, and continue watching anime. Osoweeb signing out.